It's been picked up by certain media outlets and news sites and newspapers. And some of the framing has been around the personality type that is most likely to have mental illness or whatever. I think what I've found frustrating about that framing is that it sees things at the individual level rather than at a broader societal or cultural level, and asking the question, because I think one of the areas that's so important in sensitivity research is obviously sort of vantage sensitivity, differential susceptibility, which is that idea that, a sensitive person is more impacted by their environment than less sensitive people, for better or worse. So it's kind of, you can flourish in the right conditions, but you might suffer if that, environment isn't conducive to your sensitive nervous system. In popular culture, it rarely goes to the point of like, okay, what could we be doing better to make sure that the sensitive among us, 20 to 30% of us, are actually able to bring the best of themselves into the world. Instead, it reinforces that their weak narrative, I suppose.
Yeah, it's a really good point, and it's not just in sort of popular media, unfortunately. So it's a well-established problem in the literature, and not just psychology literature and all scientific literature. There tends to be a negativity bias, and that's really an innate part of human psychology. Unfortunately, we are biased towards the negative because it's more important for us to take notice of negative information in our environment in terms of our survival. So we pay more attention to it. And so there's a benevolent and noble goal of scientific research. We want to help out, right? And so we want to think of interventions. We want to mitigate problems. But in doing so, there is this focus on the negative. Psychological research focuses on pathology, on mental disorder. And when we study environments, we tend to focus on environments that are quite negative. So we look at children who come from traumatized backgrounds. We look at abuse. We look at all these very negative environmental contexts, all these negative personality traits. And it does create this sense of tremendous negativity. And it's what has obscured the research on sensitivity to a large degree. The previous framing of sensitive people as being vulnerable, as being at risk, just really heightening this idea that sensitive people are somehow flawed.